Hey anime fans, my name is Thomas Ranner and I would like to welcome you on my new humble anime related channel. I'm watching anime shows for around 30 years now. I started watching from the end of the 80s. My first show what I watched, it was The Wonderful Adventures of Niels Holgersson, or Niels, depending on which country you watch this show. But to be honest with you, that was the very first anime show I watched, which was 52 episodes. It was broadcasted in Hungary, where I'm coming from. And still today, in this last 30 years, I didn't stop watching anime shows. I still have a lot of love for the genre, and I still enjoying it much more than most of the Hollywood, Bollywood, or any type of big AAA movies in the world. I don't know why, but this is stuck with me for 30 years now, and I still enjoying it to the fullest from the beginning till today. Of course, there was some anime shows which I didn't like, and there was some gaps between, when I was too busy to do any anime watching, because my work life, my whole life was too busy to do any kind of anime related activities like watching anime or read the manga, or in certain cases read the light novels. But yeah, I'm still love the stuff. I still love watching anime shows, and I can't get bored about them. I'm still watching some of the older stuff like Ghost in the Shells, the first movie, which I still one of my big favorite. But I'm watching new series like the recently the Eighth Son, which I don't really remember the full title yet because I just watched it once. Maybe it's time to watch it another time. Maybe we'll see. But there are so many anime shows which I liked, and it helped me learn first of all English. Because most of the anime shows what I watched in Hungary, it was with English subtitles, so there was no fan translation to Hungarian language, so I had to pick up English to learn it. But on my long journey till today, I started picking up finally the Japanese language too. Of course, I'm not studying yet, which I'm planning to do in the future, but nowadays if I'm watching an anime show, I can, how should I say, I can pick up some phrases, some sentences, some words which I already know what is it means in that certain situation. And now I reached the point where I don't have to actually watch the full anime with reading the subtitles, but I can understand the majority of the story. Of course, not everything, but the majority. Anyway, on this channel I will be discussing a lot of stuff. Like I'm planning to do some video series about the different type of channels where you can watch anime shows, like Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation. Of course, I will be talking about some weird trends which is picked up in the last years in anime shows, which sometimes is not making any sense. Why is it in that particular show? But I will be talking about that in the next video. As I said at the beginning, I would like to welcome you to this channel. I hope you will be joining to this journey with me and you will be enjoying my content. And I hope I can get you some really interesting information, or maybe I can bring you to the classical movies, the classical anime shows, which you might be never heard before. Because I'm sure you never heard The Wonderful Adventures of Niels Holgersson. Or, how should I say, I'm sure some of you already heard the story, because it's a Swedish story. But in Japan they made a 52 episode anime shows. And the funny thing was, excuse me, the funny thing was, when I met with one of my friends and I mentioned to him, because I find out he is watching anime shows, I asked him actually to, what do you think about this anime? And he was confused and he didn't know what I'm talking about. And I told him, you know this story, isn't it? You told me you understand this story because you are from Sweden. And he told me, yes, he knows the story, but he never was aware there is an anime show. So yes, hopefully in the future I can bring you some of the content which I really enjoyed when I was younger. And I'm not really talking about Dragon Ball or Sailor Moon. I'm talking about some other stuff which I really enjoyed as a kid, and maybe you will be enjoying it too. And of course I will be talking about new anime shows, like one of my recent favorite is The Ascendance of a Bookworm, and some other content which I don't really understand why people are liking and why the people really focused on them, like some of the goriest animes ever, but who knows, we will see. Anyway, if you think this channel will be a good anime channel for you, or maybe you're thinking I picked up your interest to watch this channel, in that case don't forget to subscribe down below somewhere here, and of course don't forget to hit the ring bell or the bell icon somewhere there too. In that case you will be kept up to date by an email to when it's a new content coming out from my side, which at the moment I'm planning to do it as often as possible, hopefully every few days. Maybe that will be changing to every 1 week as my life is going on, but we will see. And as always, thanks for watching.